Hi. I'm having a little bit of a problem because if I don't run, or what on earth am I going to report? Well, I'm not exercising, and I realized I was just sitting here staring at the wall. Suddenly, I just don't have anything to say, and I thought, well, my thoughts were I could tell about my children. That gets kind of old. Or I could tell about the dilemma I'm having. That's about other children. I don't want to talk about that. Or I could talk about how I'm trying to make a decision as to what song I want to write. I have the words. The age-old question. Do you write the words or the music first? And honestly, it's just whatever happens. I've been writing a lot of oratorios lately, so they have the text already. All I have to do is write the music. But a lot of times, and like with these songs, it's like I started just humming a melody and I wrote down the melody and now I have to orchestrate it. And then I wrote the lyrics separately and then I'll put them together. But when I was a younger kid, and I used to write a lot more and I was a lot better, I thought, before anyone taught me how to do it. I used to just write music and then just start singing words and whatever I was singing. And most of the time, it didn't make any sense whatsoever to me, but I thought that's what everyone else thinks about it. It was things like, I love you so much, I can't handle it, things like that. I'm just like, I don't even know what the heck that is. I'm just saying it because that's what other people say. I feel my heart beat me to the beat of your heart, sweet baby. That was just something I just made up. I'm like, that sounds like a love song. I wanted to write a love song. And then I thought, well, maybe I should say something. So I wrote a song called Sahara. And it wasn't about anything. It was Sahara, Sahara, why are you so dry? Something about there's no clouds in the sky. Anyway, the songs I'm trying to decide between, I want to write a choral piece because, and it's all credit to, we have a really good choir director. And she makes us look at the lyrics and things that we really want to sing because... Anyway, and in that I was like, well, there are things that I really want to sing and I feel very strongly about. And so I got two texts. There's two things that I was thinking about. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to work on. They're Christmas songs. And one of them is the story of the heavenly hosts or the angels when Jesus Christ is leaving. So it's Christmas, but it's in heaven and what happens. And they're like, I don't want you. And they're all sad and everything, but they're happy though because it means that they're going to get to be forgiven of their sins. And they're so glad that he's being born finally after all this time because see, the thing is the people in heaven, they don't really believe that there's an earth. They think that people are just going in somewhere and just they cease to exist. Anyway, it's an interesting existence, and that's what that song was about. And the other one, the name of that song was "Promise Me I'll See You Again." Anyway, it's just Christmas. It's just, I thought there aren't many songs about what's going on in heaven when Jesus Christ came to earth. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll write that song. But at the same time, every time I write things about that, they end up just disappearing. And I never have them. And I'm like, what happened to all those? But it's probably me. I'm kind of scatterbrained. The other one was, What Shall I Give? And it's because I was listening to that song In the Bleak Midwinter. Have you ever heard that? And if I was a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I was a wise man, I would do my part. But what can I give? Give my heart. And I just heard that at just the right time in my life, and it really made an impression on me. And so I wrote a song, and I remember writing it when I was babysitting for the LeBanc children. They're probably grown up, married, have kids of their own now, but... So I've written it before, and I performed it, actually, and so I've got the text all done. I even have a melody for that one, so it would be super easy for me to just convert it into a choral arrangement, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, what about that song that I was creating? Admittedly, there isn't very much of it, so I'd have to spend a lot of time on that one. It isn't something I'd get done today, and Christmas is coming soon, which means I need to be spending my time not writing music. That's something for me. That's just kind of something I do for me, but I need to be using my time for others. Reminds me, I'll just tell you really quick, there's a really cute video that my kids were watching this morning. We did some calculations and we figured out what love is. Love is cheese. Anyway, and my kids were really excited because they love cheese. And one of their favorite things to do is when you go to Gosner's in Logan, Utah, they had these windows where you can see them making the cheese. And I remember my daughter was so upset because the last time we went, there was nobody in there making it. And she's like, we can't even see them making the cheese. And I was like, maybe they're just going to magically go poof. Oh, look, there's cheese back there. And then we went and got some squeaky cheese. So we watched a video about how they make cheese for people in need. And then that's probably what made me allergic. Did I say that on this one or was that another time? Anyway, I have a lump in my throat and I'm trying to figure out what the heck I had that was different. We did I put a different kind of cheese in the eggs this morning. I don't know. It could be the cumin, though, because I was making my own fajita mix. And my son, I noticed that when I poured, it's like my daughter is creating a Pokemon that's half human, but it's no, it's not human, it's lumen. It's a light one, but it's cute, so it's Q-min. Cute lumen. Anyway, she's really smart. She's coming up with that. And so I called her in there. I said, hey, look, I have some cumin right here, and I'm going to put it in this recipe. And she's like, oh, that's cute. And she ran back in to play her video game. And my son started sounding like he was coughing up a lung. I'm like, are you okay? He said, yeah, I'm fine. And shortly after that, I noticed I started getting a lump in my throat. And I've got one right now. And when I came back, it really smelled in the kitchen. It smells like I was cooking with something. And I thought, well, maybe it could be all the onions, because I was crying. It was so funny. You know what I did? I'm sure all of you mothers have done this. I was cutting the onions and just crying and crying. And I go in there and I go, oh! And my son, he really is compassionate, and he's like, what's wrong, Mom? And my daughter's trying to figure out what's wrong. Everyone's trying to help me. I was like, oh, I just killed some onions, that's all. And they're like, oh. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Bye.